Now, a flight from Birmingham was due to arrive in Kingston this lunchtime, carrying more than 50 Jamaican deportees. They were being sent there, having been sentenced to at least a year in prison in the UK. Their offences included rape, paedophilia, firearms and drug offences, ABH, GBH and kidnapping. But when the plane touched down, only a handful of the 50-plus passengers were on board. Once again, dozens of foreign criminals due to be deported to Jamaica were taken off a plane chartered by the Home Office after 11th-hour appeals from human rights lawyers. One of those meant to be on board previously avoided deportation by swallowing razor blades. Why are all these last-minute appeals being made, and in many instances successfully? Well, the Home Office says there's been a sharp increase in the number of convicts who claim they risk becoming victims of modern slavery should they be deported. Well, with us to discuss, the social commentator Nick Buckley and charity founder as well. Nick, thanks ever so much for talking to us this evening. People hate it, law-abiding folk hate it, when they see people who are expecting to get their just deserts. And in this case, that means if you are a foreign national, you've been sentenced to more than a year of custody in the UK, you will be deported. People hate it when they see that process, that fair and reasonable process foundering.
People can't understand it. I mean, I can't understand it. We have foreign criminals who have been convicted, had a fair trial, been to jail, released, and we can't send them home. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Let me put the other perspective to you, Nick, if I can. Jamaica's High Commissioner today said, quote, "From a human rights perspective, I am deeply concerned about cases in which persons are being remanded, having lived in the UK since childhood and have no known relatives in Jamaica or familiarity with Jamaica." Do we not have sympathy with those particular cases?
No. Let me put it this way. Imagine this country is your home. We've allowed people to come here. They may be our friends. They may be our guests. They may be friends of friends. They come into our home. We treat them with respect. We give them all the opportunities that everybody else has in our home. But except some rape our daughter. Some murder your brother. And then we phone the police. We want these people evicted. And the police turn around and say, "I'm sorry, they have a right to live in your home." And that's what's happening to our country. If we've got people coming here and living here and they break the law, they need to be deported. It's one of the most simple things that we can say.
The Home Office denies there is a racial dimension to this. They point out that when you look in totality at the number of people, the number of foreign criminals who are deported, the majority are actually going back to continental Europe, to European countries. That hasn't stopped people like Diane Abbott, who are saying this is a system that's rigged against Caribbean prisoners in particular.
We deport more people to Albania every year than we do to Jamaica. We deport more people to Poland. The people who talk about the race of these criminals are basically just race baiters. It wouldn't matter what these people have done. There's always race baiters out there who are trying to stick up for people. And if they were living next door to them, believe me, they'd be complaining as well.
Nick, the law is the law is the law, isn't it, though? And if, you know, it may be lawfare, as they call it sometimes, the idea of using the law almost in a way that goes beyond that which is legalistic to achieve political ends. But nonetheless, the law is there. And if human rights lawyers make these last-ditch 11th-hour appeals to a judge and they are deemed worthy, we are left with a situation where a charter plane that's been chartered at great expense for an excess of 50 would-be deportees arrives in Kingston, Jamaica with just a handful. That's the law.
That is the law, and we should follow the law. I don't blame these criminals for making a case to stay. I don't blame the lawyers and the solicitors for trying to get their clients to stay. I'm happy with all that, follow the law. Who I blame is the government. We had Brexit so we could take back control. We've not even taken control of our borders. You've just done a 20-minute piece on the illegal immigration across the Channel. We have the Home Secretary talking tough all the time and delivering absolutely nothing. They can change the law if they want to. They can change these systems. We've either got incompetence or we've got weak politicians. It's either one or the other.
Nick Buckley, good to talk to you as ever. Thanks for your time.